Hey guys, it's the start of a new vlog and I'm actually currently wearing my new tie-dye. I have been making so many tie-dye shirts lately. It's absolutely crazy. So this is my third one. This is actually black and blue. I don't know if you can tell. It kind of actually looks like blue and dark blue. The black didn't really show up as much as I wanted it to, but that's okay. I think it still looks super cute. So yeah, I've just been tie-dyeing a lot. So that's something that has been kind of new in my life. I don't know, I've been trying to find a lot of different like little activities to do that won't really be super expensive, but are fun. Also, I did just do my makeup, and every time I do my makeup now, I'm like, who is that girl? Where did she come from? Because I look completely different. So, but I've been liking not having to wear makeup every day. Not that I feel like I have to wear makeup, but I really like the sort of, you know, going through the motions and like having that sort of routine. And now I don't really have that routine. Also, I just noticed how long my hair is getting. Look at that, I just got it cut a couple weeks ago. Thankfully, my mom used to cut hair, so, you know, she's here. So I get her to cut my hair and it looks still pretty good. So basically I did my makeup because I'm going to film soon, but I figured I would start off this vlog right now before it. So basically I put on makeup today because I do want to film and I'm going to do that later, but I figured I would start off this vlog and I'm going to start reading The Enchanted Sonata. And it's pretty short, so hopefully I'll get through it. I'm really excited to read it. I think it's gonna be so much fun. Also, look at how beautiful it is on the inside. Holy moly, it's gorgeous. It kind of reminds me of The Night Circus, which I love The Night Circus, so hopefully I'll like this book as well. They have very similar sort of aesthetics. I'm also currently uploading my new vlog, and that is going up super soon. But yeah, I just wanted to start off this vlog. You can probably hear my dog barking in the background. And I think this might be my new filming background. I don't know. I do love my old filming background. I think it's great too. But I just love this, you know, seeing my bed in the background. Even when it's not made, it still looks okay. And then like the little like leaves and like you can like basically see all of my books back here. I do probably need to close my closet, but that's okay. It's not like you can really see it when I have my head right in front of it, but I really like this background. Do you guys like this background too? I don't know. I think it's really cute. Also, I've been feeling so much better lately. I'm still kind of struggling a little bit. If you follow me on Twitter, you know that I have PCOS, and that's basically polycystic ovarian syndrome, and it's kind of a bitch. It really sucks. It kind of just means that I get a lot of cramps and my periods are insane, like actually genuinely insane, and it's just awful. So for the past week or so, I felt like I was dying, and I feel a lot better now. It's not totally perfect, but I feel much better, and I feel like I can actually like get up and film and do all these things I've been wanting to do for the past couple of weeks, so that's really good. So yeah, I think that's all of my updates. I am going to read The Enchanted Sonata today. I will update you guys when I actually start to read it, and then I am also going to start filming, so that's what I'm gonna be doing, and I will update you later. Hey guys, today's Sunday and I am currently listening to Taylor Swift in this ear because I've been having this weird whooshing sound in this ear and I'm trying to drown it out. So I'm reading a book on my iPad right now and it's called Wasted Words. It's like an Emma by Jane Austen retelling and I'm really enjoying it. It's about this girl and she works at this really cool like book slash comic book slash bar place. Like they sell books and comic books, but it's also a bar, which is really cool. And she likes to like set people up and stuff like that, you know, classic Emma. And then she is friends slash roommates with this guy who used to be a football player back in like college, but then he got hurt and couldn't play anymore. So I'm super intrigued by this book. I am currently only 10% of the way through the book, so it's not that, you know, I'm not super far into it, but I'm really liking it. I also made myself an iced latte. I know it's like almost 9 o'clock at night. You can't stop me from drinking coffee at like any hour of the day. So yeah, so I'm just gonna sit here, listen to Taylor Swift. I'm listening to the Lover album currently, and I think He Knows is on right now. So I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna read, and I'm also going to enjoy my iced latte. Hey guys, so it is, let's see, it's Wednesday night, it's 11:30, and I am going to start reading more of Wasted Words by Stacy something. And I'm currently on page 145, so I'm almost halfway through and I'm really loving it. I think it's really good. It's kind of going a little different than Emma typically goes, but that's not a big deal to me. I still think it's going really well. I love the romance between the two main characters. I think they have a lot of chemistry. And it's definitely a kind of like opposites attract thing where, like, you know, the main character, she's really obsessed with like people kind of dating within their sort of like league, I guess, if you know, if that's the word you want to use. But she's really obsessed with like people dating other people who are similar to them, who have like the same sort of interests, who would look good together, who would, you know, whatever, just like, you know, trying to find like the quote-unquote perfect match, which I totally understand because it's like, you know, that's Emma, that's the story. But I really like this book mainly because it does focus a lot on the differences between the Emma character and then like the Knightley character. Is that his name, Knightley? Mr. Knightley, I don't fucking know. I've never actually read Emma as a book. I've seen like the movies and like the adaptations, and I love Emma Approved. So that's like where the extent of my Emma knowledge comes from. I love Clueless as well. So I don't really know the story of Emma. I just know like what the adaptations have decided to tell from this, you know, from the book. So I've never read it. I probably should read it at some point. I did try to read it once when I was like a freshman in high school and I didn't get through it. Not because it wasn't good, it was just because my attention span in like freshman year of high school was just not there. I really like this mainly because it's so nerdy. It's like a lot of like fandom references, but not in like a cringy way, and it's not like overpowering. It's mainly just like she works at a bookstore, like a comic book slash bookstore that's also a bar. So there happens to be just like, you know, in everyday life, if you're working at like a book slash comic book store that also happens to be a bar, there's going to be, you know, pop culture references, and I find that that's totally okay. It's not like constant Harry Potter references. I know those get really annoying for a lot of people, and they get annoying for me too because I'm not a Harry Potter fan, so that's not like a thing. I also really love that the love interest, or I guess like he's kind of a main character as well because he also has a point of view in the book, but I really love that he is like an ex-football player, but he's not like an ex-pro football player, he's like an ex-college football player, so that's really cool. He got injured, so he can't play anymore. I think he works kind of like in management for pro football players. That's, at least that's what it seems like from the book, because I know that his boss represents a pro football player, and I guess kind of he does as well. So that's really interesting. I grew up in a family that's like really loves football and I'm not really into football. I'm more of a baseball person. I love baseball, but football, I know a lot about it, and it's interesting to read about in books, and so far the book has gotten a lot of things correct, so that's always a plus. I also really love that the two main characters live together. I don't know why, but that totally just gets me. Their whole dynamic is just so sweet, and they're like, they start off as like these like almost like basically best friends, and just like they know so much about each other, even just from like living together for I think a year. They've just, you know, really clicked well, and I think it's so funny that she didn't really realize that like, hey, maybe we'd be good together, maybe I should like break my rules a little bit. But it does get revealed why she typically doesn't break her own rules, so I totally get it, but like they're really cute. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of update you guys on that. Also, I have another update, and that is basically that I downloaded the app GoodNotes, and because I was watching Kay Pacino's YouTube videos, I'm gonna link her down below. That's such like I love her YouTube channel name because it's a pun, and I love puns, so I'll link her channel down below. But I was watching her like journaling with her videos, and she uses the app GoodNotes, and so I decided to try it as well since I have an iPad now. And this was my spread that I came up with. It's not good, it really isn't, but it's as good as I could do for the first time I ever tried it. But it's really fun. I really love it, and I'm hoping that I'll get better at it. I just need to, like, you know, figure out how to work everything because it's very difficult. It's way harder than I expected it to be to try to like digitally like do stuff, you know. Digitally journal. I don't know why, like every brain cell in my brain is like dead. It's gone. My brain empty. Okay, so today is Thursday and I have been reading a lot more of the book Wasted Words by Stacey Hart. I'm really enjoying it. Like I said, I'm about 70% of the way through now, so I should be able to get done with it today. And it's going really, really well. I'm really enjoying it. I'm so surprised. I like didn't think I was gonna like it as much. I haven't really been into romance, like straight up romance books for a while. So I just didn't think that I was going to enjoy it, but thankfully I have really liked it. Also, I'm wearing my new Clone Wars shirt. Very cute. It has Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, and Anakin on it. It's also a lot bigger than I expected it to be. It's a men's shirt, so I mean, that's probably to be expected. I only bought it because I saw someone wearing this as a sweatshirt on TikTok and I really liked it and I'm like, I need it for myself. So I ended up buying myself a shirt and then I had my brothers pick out shirts as well, so. I think once I'm done with that book, I do want to get back into reading The Stars We Steal. I'm kind of in a Jane Austen mood, I guess. Because the book I'm reading currently, Broken Words, what is it called? I swear. Wasted Words. Oh my god, I've been calling it Broken Words. It's called Wasted Words. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. And I did want to film today, but I don't think I'm going to. I don't have any makeup on, and I don't feel like putting makeup on, so I mean, I don't know. Do I want to film? Probably not. Oh, I also do want to show you guys the spread I was working on this morning for my bullet journal that's on my iPad. And I think it turned out so much better than yesterday's did. So I'm going to show it to you guys. So here's what it looks like. I think it's so much cuter. I know, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not focusing. But it's so cute. I love it so much. I think it looks way better than yesterday's. That's what yesterday's looks like. I can't. This is what today's looks like. So I think it looks so much better. But yeah, I'm really enjoying getting to work on my iPad like this. I think it's so much fun. I just take a bunch of stuff from Pinterest and try to put it together and make it look cute. Yeah, that's just my update for now. I hope you guys are having a good day and I will talk to you guys when I finish this book. Hey guys, so I just wanted to do a little bit of an update. I finished today A River of Royal Blood by Amanda Joy. I ended up giving this book a 3 out of 5 stars for a couple of reasons. One of the first reasons is the pacing in this book was just not consistent and it was a little too slow. Like there were so many scenes that just dragged on. There were so many just sections of this book that just dragged on. And I felt like a lot of scenes just didn't have a lot to do with like the actual plot of the book. And then I really didn't like the main character. I felt like she was a little bland. And then I wasn't really a big fan of the main character. I actually would have been more interested in reading about her sister. I felt like her sister was a much more interesting character. And maybe that's just because her sister's a little bit more complex, a little bit more layered. She isn't necessarily good or evil. But then the main character, Ava, like her entire personality was, I'm afraid of my powers, and that's it. She didn't have any other personality and it just felt really one note. I really wish this book would have focused more on Ava's relationship with her sister, Ava's relationship with her family. I felt like Ava didn't get a lot of page time with her family, and for a book that has both of the sisters on the cover, it felt a little like, what book am I reading? So it just didn't seem to like stick to the point of the book of like, this book is supposed to be about these two sisters and they live in this queendom where they have to fight to the death. And that was not focused on for, I want to say, 95% of the book. Most of the book was Ava worrying about her powers, being insecure, and training every once in a while, and that was it. And I feel like the last thing I had a really big issue with was the love interest. I found him to be so bland, the blandest love interest I've ever read, the most just boring, no personality. The only character I ended up actually loving in this book, I have to look up his name, hold on. I feel like the only character I ended up liking and actually caring about was Baka or Bacha, the person who was training Ava and like teaching her all about her magic and stuff like that. He was really the only character that ended up having a really good personality, and B, just so many of like the good lines and the good scenes, and he was just so funny, and I loved just the way that he treated Ava, and I thought that was really cute, and I really liked their whole dynamic. But he's not really like the main character, and he's not like, he's a big part of the book, but I guess I just wish that he had a more solid role in this book. I did like the epilogue because it is from his perspective, so that was like a really cool way to end off the book. But I don't know, I just liked his character so much more than literally every other character. I will say the one thing I really did like about this book is that there are a lot of deaths. So that's really awesome. The main character kills a lot of people, which is really cool. That always gives me like a couple points in my book. And the writing overall was really good. You know, there wasn't any part where I was just like, ooh, that doesn't sound right, or oh, I don't like that. It was mainly just like character development wasn't there, pacing wasn't there. But then everything else was like really well done. I felt like the world building was really good. I felt like it was super creative, and definitely not a world or magic system that I've seen before. So that was super great. Like, I loved Ava's magic. I loved her sister's magic. I loved like the entire, just like all these different magical beings. I thought that was interesting. But overall, I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. So I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. So I am interested in seeing how the sequel will go. I'll probably listen to that on audiobook. I probably won't buy the physical copy. But if you're looking for a book that has a really imaginative world building and magic system, this is the book for you. I think a lot of people will really like it. And also, I do want to mention that I think that the main character was kind of coded as possibly either bisexual or pansexual, which was really cool. It wasn't really talked about a lot in the actual like text, but there were a few scenes where it seemed like Ava was attracted to different genders or whatever, and so I'm thinking maybe she's possibly bisexual or pansexual. And then today in the mail I ended up getting 2 books, and the first one is Beneath the Citadel by Destiny Soraya, and I got recommended this book on Twitter when I was talking about fat main characters in fantasy, and I can't remember who told me that this has fat rep. I want to say it's Problems of a Book Nerd, but if I'm wrong, I'll edit this out, but I'm gonna link it down below, whoever recommended me this book. And I am loving it so far. I've actually started it today. I'm about 40 pages in, and oh my gosh, this writing is incredible. The characters are so different and complex and interesting, and I can't wait to see where this goes. So basically this book follows like a group of teenagers, and they seem to be sort of like a vigilante group almost. It seems like they're trying to expose like the government or whoever's in charge of all of these wrongdoings, and I think that's really interesting. I love how it starts off with all of these main characters like getting charged with crimes and being sentenced to death. I think that that's so interesting. I've never read a book that started off like this. But yeah, I'm really liking this one. I did read her other book, Ironcast, which I think I gave a 3 out of 5 stars. I was pretty meh about it. I did end up unhauling that book. I don't even think I own it anymore anywhere in my house. So I'm really excited about this book. I hope you guys can hear me. And the second book I ended up receiving today is The Court of Miracles by Kester Grant. And this is a retelling of Les Miserables. So I'm super excited to read it. I love Les Mis. It's one of my favorite musicals. I don't know, I don't think I did try to read this book actually. I think I tried to read The Hunchback of Notre Dame, which is also written by the same author, but did not get through that book. I am really excited about this book. On Twitter, I saw E.K. Johnston comparing this book to And I Darken which if you know me, Anti Darken is one of my favorite books of all time, so that was super exciting to find out. So I'm super looking forward to getting to this book. I've heard some really good things. I've actually heard some mixed things as well, so it's been kind of like, you know, some good reviews, some bad reviews, so I'm really interested in seeing what my perspective will be on this book. Okay, so that is my update for now. I'm going to get back to reading Beneath the Citadel. I am loving this book so far, so I really hope that it keeps it up. And I'm so excited to read a fantasy book that has a fat main character and also an ace main character, and also I think there's also bisexual rep, so that's super exciting. So yeah, I'm going to keep reading this book and I will update you guys later.